Changes in the daily schedule that are due to my having the wrong chapters using an old text when I was putting together the daily schedule. I have the wrong chapters, but we also have a change, and you will all be happy about this one, due to the fact that we had a snow day. So we have a change in the speaking schedule. We will not start speaking until after break, and we'll do the first 2 days after spring break will be the informative speeches. Yes, Morgan. We'll look at that. Yeah, but we'll look. I promise. Okay, so let's get to a couple of sites. Today, today's assignments, I'm going to put them on. Stephen, follow me over to the blackboard with that, please, so that we can put these up. I'm going to go over here. We'll put up where we're going today. And we're going to do outlining. Everybody's got their outline in almost. That's good. Which includes what to bring to the podium and how that'll affect your score. We're going to go to the body of the speech, which is chapter 9. And yeah, and then we'll finish with how to cite orally. Okay. There are a couple of things. You can turn the handle. That's why it has a handle. See? It has a little handle. And then, see, you can, I know, it's so fancy. You can just turn this around. Maybe. Oh, it's locked up a little bit. But that's, use the handle. You can use the handle. Okay, so what this means for you is, after we examine the daily schedule, I'm going to ask you, where are you on outlining? Do you feel comfortable? Do you understand? Can you use Microsoft Word or other tools to create an outline without having to do all kinds of stuff? Do you know how to use the tools of Microsoft Word? Second, then I'll ask you, and if you do, if everybody goes, oh, we know how to do that, then we'll skip that part. Got it? So be honest. If you don't need help in that, if you got it, we can skip it. Then we'll talk about the body, and and we'll look at, everybody will stay for, we'll look at number of main points, and how, ways to organize the body. And if you've got that, let me know. If you've already done the chapter, and you're all set for organizing the body of the speech, we'll skip that. Okay? But it depends on what people know. And then finally, we'll go back to that issue that I raised of quotation and paraphrase and how you put your research into your speech. And we'll introduce the standard for paraphrase that you guys made me rethink. You guys made me rethink, and I thank you for that. It was a good rethink. And I'm clearer now on what I want to see, and I'm able to describe it better for you. And I appreciate that. So that's where we're going to go today. Okay? So, first thing is, examine the daily schedule. How has it changed? And where is it? As soon as this opens up, we'll go to the daily schedule. The most important thing for you guys is we have changed the days on which we will speak. That's the first thing that you need to know. We've changed the days on which we will speak. We will come back and speak on March the 19th and March the 21st. March the 19th and March the 21st, Tuesday and Thursday when we get back. That means potentially you could have your speech in the can by the end of next week Go home for break, and the only thing you want to do that has anything to do with this class is get out your speech twice during break and practice it. Maybe 3 times. Practice it. You'll see why you want to practice it as I tell you how you get scored on what you bring to the podium. Okay? So, here's our speech order. It's on the very first page of the e-suite, March the 19th. We're starting with Morgan. Okay? Okay. Somebody's got to be 1. And then you happen to be the lucky one in the draw. Now, the advantage of being 1 on any speech, is that while I implement the rubric exactly as I will at the end, you're fresh and you're new. And if you choose to do something that everybody else thinks they're going to do in the way of an introduction or a startling statistic or the kind of story you're fresh and new. And everybody else has to follow you. And they have to find a variation on what you've done. Plus, you're done. You don't have to do any more for a while, except for ranking the other speakers. And everybody, we're going to have an online system in which you will be able to rank every other speaker in the class on 5 things. Okay? On 5 things. So, that will come later. The speaking order then is up here, and everybody can see it, everybody can get it. 2 rules on the speaking order. I don't change it. If you cannot speak on the day you are assigned to speak, you have to get someone to trade for you. I'm not going to change it. Rule number 2. If you invoke the I'm sick in order to not speak on the day you're supposed to speak, I need a note from your doctor. I'm serious about this one. I need a note from your doctor. So if you get up in the morning that you're supposed to speak and you have a headache, come and speak. You get up in the morning and you're supposed to speak and you're just feeling out of sorts, but you don't have a fever. You don't have anything treatable. Come and speak. This is just as it would be in real life. If you are at work and you have a presentation to do today, and you call the boss and say, "Boss, I don't feel good. Can I postpone this presentation?" Guess what happens to your job? Someone else will have it very shortly. If you are scheduled at a big conference and you have been called in to speak because you are the reigning expert on Paralympics, and you get nerves, jitters, and you go, "Oh, I can't do it. I don't want to go." And you call the organizer up and say, "Oh, I'm sick. I can't make my speech." Guess what happens to your speaking engagements? You don't get any. And that hurts your income. Right? So even if you feel a bit off, even if you feel a little bit feverish, even if you feel like you might throw up because of your nerves, do it anyway. Don't throw up. Don't throw up. I mean, throw up before you get here, but no. No, sometimes that works. Hockey goalies. Who is the hockey fan? You're the hockey fan. Hockey goalies, notorious. Before the game, they go puke. And then they're fine. It's nerves. It's just nerves. If you are genuinely sick, if you are running a fever, if you are infectious, get a note from somebody and I will accept it. Otherwise, you just haven't done the assignment. Okay? And these are major assignments. These count a lot. Because this is a speaking class. Okay. So if you go to the syllabus page, you will find the new daily schedule, which is changed to reflect the corrected chapters. So we're reviewing chapter 10, outlines, how to speak from a manuscript, speak from an outline, speaking from note card, speaking from memory, speaking without notes. That's all today. we're going to get to the body, and then finally to citing support. So we're jumping around a little bit in the text because it's not, I didn't write the text, so it's not exactly the way I would do it, but all the information is exactly the information that you need to have. And then you'll look down and you'll see that there are a few other changes. Any questions? Any questions? All right, how are you guys on outlining? How are you guys on outlining? Good, bad, indifferent? How are you on outlining? What do I need to cover? Do you know the difference between the two types of outlines that he talks about here?
I just looked at the example.
Yeah, the examples are really helpful. Look at the examples for the preparation of the speaking outline. Think of the preparation outline as being a small version of your complete manuscript. If you were to write a manuscript, this is the small version of it. So you're writing whole paragraphs even in the preparation outline. You're writing sentences. The speaking outline should be 1 or 2 words. And he, in his example, in Lucas's example, it's almost always 1 word. So if we go to the Lucas text, we go to the Lucas text from our bookmark here. What we see is that his samples of outlines, oh great, his samples of outlines are 1 and 2 words. Come, please. There we go. So here's what he talks about in the preparation outline, and then he gives you a sample, main points, subpoints, and full sentences. What this does is this allows you to work on your specific wording. Some of you may want to do a whole manuscript to speak from. Do your preparation outline first, and then from your preparation outline, write a manuscript. And I'll talk about whether or not you can bring a manuscript up, and if you do, what it might cost you, or how it might help you. Okay? I want you to speak from a speaking outline, but I realize that's not going to be, it's not going to be possible for everyone, especially on this first speech. As we go along, I'm going to push you to speak from a speaking outline, and I want you to try, at least in your practice, to see if you can do it. But we'll come to that. All right? So, full sentences. All right? His preparation, or his speaking outline, preparation is full sentences. Speaking outline, 1 or 2 words. Like proper names. That remind you of what you want to say. It means you have to have worked it out much in advance. Here's my outline for today's class. As you see, it's somewhere between that very, very small outline that Lucas has and a complete preparation outline. So I have a few more words than I might have if I were speaking just from a speaking outline. See the difference? Are you ready to go on? Most of you have turned in a preparation outline. You are actually now ahead of me. Bravo for you. I will be working on getting everything back this afternoon. That is my afternoon goal is to go through everything you have submitted and get it back to you so that the conversation can go on. That's my goal. Now we'll see if we reach that goal. I also have rehearsal and JB and some other stuff to get underway, but that's the goal today. Okay? How about your use of Microsoft Word? How are you guys on that? How many of you are using Word? We got one person who's using Pages, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one person using Pages. Everybody else using Microsoft Word?
Yeah.
You can save it as a Word document, but you can save it as Pages too. That's fine. I have Pages at home. I have Pages. I've got the program. I've got no problem. So you don't have to save it as a document, but you can if you wish.
Okay.
Anybody working in Open Office? Anybody working in Open Office? Do you know about Open Office?
No.
Yeah. All right, all of you Microsoft Word fans and you Mac fans, Open Office is a free, F-R-E-E, complete word processing suite. It includes a database, it includes spreadsheets, it includes word processing, drawing, all the stuff you get with Microsoft Office, and this is free. Because it's free, you pay for it with a little bit slower speed and some functionality problems, but not a lot. And you pay for it by continually, as with public radio, people are saying, please send us money, please send us money. So every time I download and install it, I do send them a little bit of money. I don't send them much. I have not paid as much for that as I've ended up paying for Microsoft Office. Okay? What I don't want to see you doing, and I'm going to watch this because I want you to be able to format. I don't want to see an outline for you guys that has lots of spaces, and you get to the end of the line, and you put an enter in, and then you space that line over. Learn to use the paragraphing in Word or in Pages. Use the paragraphing. You know about how to use the paragraphing? Yes? Everybody knows? Everybody knows? Okay, then we skip that. Okay, let's start a new file. I think we're way over.